Yeah, guys, this is your boy here, Roger Moore on Affinity Xtra. We're here to be extra. I got the extra voice now. The caffeine's kicked in. The sugar's mashing up my system, and it's going through my auntie's last remainders of the rum cake and the high amount of marzipan nice thing that's just entered my system. I feel alive right now. See, guys, that's better than Lucasade, trust me. Right now, I've just played a track from an artist called Ruth-Ellen. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know if I said that totally right. I tried to do the whole je ne sais quoi Hélène. You know what I'm saying? I tried it. Sorry, she's laughing at me now. So I was trying to do the whole I failed French accent, which I did. But first and foremost, let me just introduce this whole Ruth. Before I even switch her mic on, I'm gonna give her. Why has Roger selected Ruth-Ellen to be on the edge and to face the sharp edge of Roger Moore? Roger's wicked, you know. But anyway, so now Roger's a good guy. But no, on a serious note, guys, I think that after 2020, I think it's been a real crazy year, and I want to salute talent on this show, and it's great talking to people. If anyone who knows me, I like to talk a bit more, not so much in depth, nothing special. I just like to talk real, and I want to find out what makes people tick. I want to see how we can support people, and I think people need to hear people's journeys, because we are so detached from artists that I feel that we need to somehow kind of like forget that, you know, artists are beyond Instagram and beyond social media. They're human beings, and they need our support. And the moment that the gospel community supports the gospel community, man, nothing will stop us. That's why it frustrates me when I watch things like the rap game and all these different things. When it comes to grime and drill, they support their community. And the scary thing is, we should have biblical principles in our system, and we don't operate in any of them but everybody else. But anyway, that's Roger on a whole different message thing. But listen, this is about Ruth-Ellen. I'm going to bring her in, and this better work, you know, when I unmute her, you know. Hey sis, can you hear me? Okay, can you talk as loud as you can?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. That's cool. All right, let me turn that off. That's cool. Because sometimes, you know, when you haven't tested the system, because we haven't got them complicated BBC systems, you're like this, Lord, please work, please. But not bigging up the BBC, but they just have people paying for them. But anyway, we'll soon have our gospel TV license going on. So we just tax them churches 1% off the tithes. Amen.
Oh. Good idea.
You know what I'm saying? So sorry, I am getting myself into total trouble here. But anyway, first and foremost, Ruth, thank you for your time. I really do appreciate that, because I know people are like struggling right now just to really get their head above water, and just want to say, now this is keeping it real now. Well, when you sent me your music, now this is no joke, because guys, I just play music and I just get artist names wrong or whatever. But that particular track, yeah, because I'm an artistic guy, apparently. I can see covers. Me and my we into designing or whatever, so we can see. Yeah. As soon as I saw the cover, I knew the track because I played it before, and it's a vibe still. Yeah. And
okay.
So and I have to salute that. You know, I'm a really stickler when it comes to singing in tune, because I do a lot of recordings, and you're laughing because you know it's true. And I struggle to find young people being able to sing in tune on stages. So I went and I've trolled your stuff before, like on Instagram and stuff, and I said to my, I said, Bridget, yo, this girl called Ruth, you know what I mean? Up here we might say Ruth. This girl called Ruth, you know. She can sing, you know, bro. Like but it's like I have to salute you with that, because I feel that, you know, it is an art which we take for granted now, and it's just you can drop, like you can sing quite nice, man. So
thank you.
I have to salute this. It's so funny, but autotune has made a lot of money right about now, and I come in the studio and I have singers look at me, go, let's tune it up for me, and I look at them in disgrace. I says, really? You know what I'm saying? You know, because just recording artists and then on video live, and then you want to throw the videotapes away because they sang out of tune. It is a frustration. So keep it with what you're doing. It's fantastic. Now, Ruth, just to get, I'm going to try this without asking, so which one? This is a random question now, yeah, just so I can get my picture. So, which one do you have on a Sunday? Rice or peas or jollof rice?
Oh, rice and peas.
All right. We know where we're coming from now. Yeah, okay, cool. We know. There's no
Caribbean.
Caribbean. Okay. Well, we'll get to the islands, but me, I'm dual island anyway. I come from 2 islands anyway. So St. Kitts and Jamaica. So you know what I mean. So I'm kind of mixed up there still. But anyway, either way. I'm not saying that's fantastic. You know what I'm saying? So that's us guys. That's my politically correct acid test. So. Sis, where did it all? I'm gonna come with debate, normal stuff, and we're gonna get into chop up stuff. Where did it all start for you? Because I seen you about 2 years ago, coming through, and on Instagram and whatsoever, and it was which was fantastic. Now, where did it all start for you? Because you seem like a young lady. How did it all happen?
I feel like I rolled into this. I say that because I can't really tell you what the start point of like the career was, but cool. I grew up in church singing a worship team, you know. Yeah. But mostly I joined the choir in secondary school. And we had one of the most amazing choir teachers, Clinton Jordan, and I learned how to harmonize, he just taught me a lot without actually directly teaching me. Just being in the choir taught me a lot. Then growing up, I struggled with shyness and low self-esteem. I was very, very quiet, but singing and performing was the place where I felt alive, and I felt, that I had, I could grow through that.
Okay, cool.
So, it wasn't until I went to uni that prior to going to uni, my sister was involved in a lot of like open mics, like Bless Souls. Was True School, was that the one? I think it's called True School. Anyways, so I would always follow her wherever she went and had opportunities to sing. I was a little bit underage, but I was able to just get exposure in that kind of area. So open mics, blah 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 blah.
Okay.
It wasn't until I went to uni that I started actually thinking, oh my goodness, I can actually do this. Like I knew that there were singers that existed, but I didn't know how they actually got to being, getting paid for gigs or whatever. So I was working with a community in Southampton. That's where I went to uni.
Okay, cool.
Doing open mic nights, and I was had like residencies at like pubs and stuff, just doing like covers every Friday.
Yeah.
And I would be posting on social media, and it wasn't until I came back to London, people are only seeing what I'm posting, and they're like, oh, like you're actually really doing music. So coming back here, there was already some kind of buzz in terms of getting gigs. And then 3 years ago now, I started up my platform called Rith-Ellen and Friends, and I basically missed the element from before of just doing music for the love of it, without like having to release music and have the pressure of promoting and having an image and all those things that are important for like artists and if you want to get somewhere. But I still wanted to really hold on to just meeting up with friends, jamming, creating just like an intimate setting where we can just like yourself, hear other people's stories behind their songs, collaborate, all that kind of stuff. So fast forward till now. I released a couple of projects since 2015, and then my second one in 2017.
Cool.
So like, I've been doing different bits and bobs here and there. Recently just released a few more singles, and I'm getting ready to release my third body of work in the new year. So I'm just here trying to grow, and co-writing is the space that I'm kind of growing in at the moment. But it's a whole bunch of things.
Co-writing, that's that. Well, we'll get to that still, the co-writing element, because I think that's something which I think due to pride, a lot of artists struggle with basically the element of realizing that the industry is run by writers, not so much by singers. And if you accept their help, you're actually the guys who can deliver on stage. you could actually get very far. But because of I don't know what it is when it comes to it's just a lack of education, and we have so many songwriters over the years, over the decades, that have not only supplied for gospel but also supplied in the secular scene. I think it'd be scary to realize, and them stories will be coming out as well, because I'm going to be making sure I'm going to get them to actually be honest and just tell the world what you've been up to. That's 100% with that, man, because I think that's important. Now, hearing you touched on a number of things on your journey. Now, something which I've always hyped about is the I won't say destruction of the choir. When I grew up now, a few more years before yourself, I mean, you know, in the I think it was 90s. Anyway, in the 90s, I'm not sure where you were in the 90s, but I'm sure you weren't nowhere near university. Now, well, uni round about then, it was like, for me, it was a different kind of like culture. But the thing is, back then, we had more choirs. Yeah, you had mass choirs all around the place and different platforms and whatever there. You had church choirs going on and whatsoever. Now, the demise of choirs has really limited the lack of opportunities that young people do have to develop their singing skills within the church, because we used to have 3-4 choirs in the church. You have your youth choir, you have the mass choir, you have this choir, you have district choir, you have every choir on earth, even Sunday school choir, just to weed out the non-singers like me. You know what I mean? Just weed them all out. You know what I mean? It says, right, you're not ready for us, you're ready for youth choir. So we had all that, and I've seen that just singing in the choir, and Clinton Jordan knowing well as an artist, you know, to be able to instill singing principles with yourself at secondary school is absolutely crazy. Like, I'm like, huh? It's like,
you really taught us, man.
It's absolute crazy. Now, absolutely fantastic. Now, bringing out the products now, I'm gonna ask a question. Did you feel? I know you said that people noticed your artistry from back from when you was posting in Southampton. Yeah. Was it a struggle to shout out to the wider community, gospel community, when releasing out your projects earlier?
Do you know what? It's a hard question to answer in terms of. I found it was hard to reach out to the community. Period. Whether it be the church or not, because at the time I wasn't really, due to naivety or whatever, I wasn't really doing it for them. I was doing it for the people that were already in my peripheral. Okay, cool. Were already supporting and just liked what I did. I knew that I had a message in terms of like, I love performing because I get to talk and share and testify and all that kind of stuff, aside from actually just singing. And so I feel like in that sense, that sort of led me to the types of people that I kind of like needed. But I feel like as I went more to like trying to just release music in the business side and all that kind of stuff, I didn't really know where to look. And I didn't really, if I was sending out emails, there was a disconnect in the building of the actual relationship or building a community surrounding, taking it further outside of my doorstep to actually it going further. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, no, that's 100%. That, you know, just if you guys say, listen, Roger, there's no way to contact you. There's no way to contact you. DM to say it as it is, man, because I think that that's something that I want to really want to put people don't have to realize the struggles of getting past that first post as an artist, your first track out there, and understand the natural development of you as an artist, as you as a person, and you're doing that. But sis, you're going in with doing your own events straight off, like, and was it in that? I seen a video a few years back. You did send it to me. You know the one where you got like little like bulbs in the sky and the big tall guys.
That wasn't my event. Okay, but, cool. It was very similar. My friend Shantae, that was her event, Sweet and Intimate. Okay. But we work very closely together when it comes to our events. Cool. So she hosts mine sometimes, and I'll sing at hers. But it's same sort of intimate setting. Intimate setting.
No, that is fantastic, because I do a similar type of show, Manifest, up here in Birmingham, and it kind of just let's coffee shop vibe, squeeze everybody in, 20, 30 people just vibing, and that's absolutely fantastic. But to do that, sis, and to be a young artist developing, and you're emphasizing your shyness. as well. You know, you're shy person. I get it. Trust me. People thinking, Roger, you was never shy. Yes, I was. You know what I'm saying? You know, I just had to jump off the cliff. You know what I mean? Going, no, okay, say what, I'm gonna go for it. But it's absolutely fantastic that you've gone out like that. Now, I don't want to mention the C word too often, but we're coming into 2020. You released out some good singles. And I believe this track that I played before, With All My Heart, you actually released it before COVID. Correct me if I'm wrong, innit?
August. So
August. During. Why did I think that's older? You know, for some reason, I just you know what? Sorry, I probably loved it too much. But did you release out something beginning of the year?
Yeah, I released like a refix to Over the Wall.
That's it. Yeah. Over the Wall. Yeah.
That was sort of like, I think maybe March, like literally just COVID time.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, Over the Wall was your first one in it, yeah? Yeah. No, brilliant. Got it. Because I remember it at work when I was looking into it when we think it's around the month half each time, I think it was, and I looked and I saw that. Now, with these moves that you're kind of making a build up now, and then all of a sudden the brick wall, all your mini gigs, everything you've got planned for 2020, I'm assuming did not go as planned. Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
So, who was there to support you? What happened? How did you? Everyone hit a brick wall. How did you cope with that brick wall?
Well, a few things. Firstly, this year I deliberately wanted to take some time out from gigging and doing Ruth-Ellen and Friends in the capacity that it was, so that I could actually release music, because I found that focusing on the event I couldn't juggle at the time, so I was just going to pause 100%, that. Yeah. So I really wanted to be just releasing this year and learning what all that means in this day and age, because it's constantly changing. When COVID hit, I think everyone was on taking courses and stuff, so I decided that this is the time for me to learn a few things. So it was, I don't know if you've heard of the platform, We Are Independent. It's put on by Bianca Rose and Loretta Andrews.
I know names, yeah.
They had this I think it was a 4 week, 4 weeks of Zoom sessions, educating us about touring and all of this different stuff to do, how to release, how to put a press package together. And although I had those things, you always need to keep refreshing those things.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So that was super, super helpful. So that was, I was able to put like a plan together of like what I was going to do for the rest of the year, COVID or no COVID, so this was maybe April. So we're already in things. And then I was still at the time a bit bogged down because I had released Over the Wall the previous October. And I was like, with all the effort that I put in, these streams are blah, 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 blah. I just didn't feel like it had gone as far as it could have. But I realized that that mindset really got me bogged down. It took me so far away from the purpose of doing this. And I remember talking about it on a live, and there was a producer artist called Wild. I don't know if you've heard of him before. He basically was on my live and basically requested to come in. I was like, whoa, we don't know each other, but okay. He came and was just like, Ruth, just reiterating what I said earlier, stop looking at the stream, stop doing these things. Whatever he said to me really gave me a and I just felt so convicted, and I was just like, regardless of this COVID situation, I write from a place of honesty. I write from a place to encourage people and share hope from situations I've been in. That should not change regardless of COVID or streams and all that kind of stuff, and that changed my perspective. And I think the next day I uploaded With All My Heart, I think, to the system. So in terms of what kept me going, it was connecting with people and hearing what they had to say, and being open and humbling myself also, because it's bigger than me.
That's beautiful. And by the way, it's easy to tell people to go ahead and do it. As much as it's great that guy did, just for you to do it still as well, because it's great for me to go, yo, Ruth, go on, you go for it, girl. I believe in you. Yeah, do this. And then you're like, okay. Oh, well done, sis. Oh, you got over there. That's nice. You got over there. Let me know what you feel. It's fantastic. And I do salute all us motivators, but the reality shows I do respect the fact that you released that track. It's a beautiful track, with All My Heart. Definitely my type of vibe. And now, with that encouragement, now let's have a look at things in terms of artistry. how about things, because there's a spiritual input that you have to put into this, into your writing and your delivery, and as much as you can practically release it, but sometimes it takes out of you. How have you got through a period where church has changed? Yeah, because we've had to change our diet and how we eat spiritually. Now, how has Ruth-Ellen kind of changed her diet to still have the strength to stand up and say, I will release stuff because somebody's putting into me and I'm putting out there? How have you got through this year in terms of your spiritual diet?
Well, in terms of like church specifically, I feel like that hasn't really changed much because we have been able to move over to Zoom, as much as that's been so annoying. That input's still been there, but I feel like this year tested more my internal faith. Like I obviously would say I'm a believer. I've said that for years when I gave my heart to God when I was small, but it was like this year I had to put my faith where my mouth was. Like I literally, if I say you know, I trust God and that you know, I believe in his word, I shouldn't worry and stuff, there were situations that came up that regardless of attending the Zoom meeting on Sunday, I had to really back it up with my day-to-day, like okay, cool, God, I trust you. God, I trust you. And actually trust that he's going to do it. Whether it be from jobs, like a lot of people lost their jobs. My jobs fluctuated. They were very unstable.
Yes, trust me. Yeah.
Even still now. And there were a couple situations where I was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to have to put my faith where my mouth is. Yeah, faith where my mouth is. So in that sense, I've had to, it's strengthened me because I don't think I really had faith before this year.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I mean, like we say
talk
that we're
it,
Christians.
man. Yeah. Talk it, man. Yeah.
This has been one of the hardest challenges for me in terms of trusting that God's going to provide and stuff. So yeah, it's become more personal, most definitely. No,
you raised an absolutely beautiful point there, sis. It's testing of faith. I believe that the Western church, Christian, hasn't been as tested. Listen, we can open up our fridge and there's always food. You know what I mean? We can guarantee, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, yeah, I got a job tomorrow. I remember when I was a kid, now this is way before everyone, again, before 2000, they used to say, oh, get a job in the city council, it's a job for life. They used to talk job for life talk, you know what I mean? Now, you're looking to have a job for a month, you know what I mean? It's absolutely crazy, and it is a test of faith, sis. And as much as we talk about things and seeing people fall away from the faith, I don't want to go too hard on this. How obviously we have had the COVID situation affecting us economically, but how's the issues that have been arose through racial exposure this year? How has that affected you as a young black lady in London?
It's been very interesting to see things play out and to see different people respond and how different pockets of the church want to respond. Like, oh, should we be addressing it? Should we not be addressing it? It's been nice to see, I guess, the black community come together, but I feel like we're constantly reminded about our lack of importance in certain areas. But I feel like, again, it has strengthened me because I'm not, this earth is not my own. Like I don't live here. I'm in this world, but I'm not of it. Like I've got a father who has something that he's promised me. And I know, like, obviously I'm living here and I'm here kind of thing. But it just, when I see the turmoil and the things that are going on, it's like, well, like I can't like claim this because this is where, you know, this is the devil's world. Like
yeah. It's a fallen world. Yeah, you know what I mean? It is a fallen world, and nothing will be perfect. Yeah, let's be real. You know. So would you? Here's a question. Would you? Because you have a for me, your vibe visually is very. I'm going to use a total wrong phrase, but if it's very Afrocentric, I believe, in terms of the look. Is that by trend or just by you making announcements like you like I'm black, just get over it, like kind of like look, I'm not saying you're there with your Afro puff, you know what I mean, but you do have a very so I don't know if I'm just looking too deeply in things.
No, that's cool. I feel like I'm very subliminally, like I'm black. Do you know what I mean?
Okay,
I
cool.
love my headscarves, but today it's mostly because my hair's not done. Do you know what I mean? And I do feel like even as an artist, like in terms of like image and the brand and stuff, there is a certain level of that plays a big part, and it is something that I've sort of like chosen to go for. But I also just like being different. Like, look how big these glasses are. Like, no one really does that. I like doing stuff that are different. I love switching up my hair. You see me in braids, and you may see me with the Afro puff sometimes too.
Cool.
It's more to do with maintenance than anything. And being unashamed about who I am, especially because I'm coming from a space of having low self-esteem and being shy and not being so flamboyant about or confident about what I look like or whatever. This is more a statement of like me accepting myself and like all the natural things that come with me. So
that's cool, man. By the way, them glasses look good in the 90s, so sis. Yo, that's where they originate, when they're big glasses, man, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? But no, you know what I mean? That's fantastic, because, you know, I got overlooking that, because I was thinking, yo, she got this Afro kind of like chic kind of vibe still going on, and I do appreciate that, because I think sometimes we shy away from it. Now, I see that there's a guitar behind you by purpose, I assume. Or is it by accident? Is that your brother's guitar or something they dashed the back end or something like that? Or is that actually a guitar that you can play?
Okay, it's a bit of both. I usually film in this area of my room. I usually have like a plant and a guitar. I obviously moved the plant and I didn't move the guitar because I didn't want you to mention it, because it is technically there for the show. I actually own 2 guitars. I've played on and off for years, but when COVID hit, I picked up the guitar and I actually can play. I can actually play the guitar now. Okay. This second one is a semi-electric.
Okay, cool.
So I can actually be recording on Logic now, which is what I'm trying to get to in terms of recording myself. I can play the guitar.
Nah, that's sweet. You know what I'm saying? But you accidentally kind of prompted me. Sorry, I'm a musician, man. So I'm gonna talk to your pastor. Says, yo, Pastor, Ruth is ready to do evening service now. Yeah, she can hold down the service. See that? So you say no preparation. She can play by ear.
We're getting there.
You know what I'm saying? But no, that's fantastic, and I think that as well for your performance in the future, whether you play it or not. Yeah, I think that's very crucial for you to communicate to your musicians and say, listen, you know what I mean? And it's something which I found has been an advantage for me myself, is to not so much be expert everywhere, but have a knowledge in each area, so you can actually get further with the musicians. You can be able to communicate, can we have this sort of vibe, and just strum it out, and they can just vibe from it. So that's fantastic, and it's good to see that you've productively got through 2020 learning a new instrument, while under stresses and strains. That's fantastic. Now, obviously there's been a lot of chitter chatter we've been involved with as we bumped into each other for the first time a few weeks ago, and with the gospel music industry, I call it, but scene. For when people get pieces, it's money, man. If you can make money from singing, if someone can give you a tenner for singing your voice, that's the industry, mate. Sing more. But now going into my concern is we lose a lot of talent because of how hard it is, or how discouraging it is. To become something which spiritually they're infused with as a young person. Sometimes they come off the rails totally, and that's a major concern for me, because I don't want people to be discouraged too much. I know it's going to be hard, but right to show it could seem very daunting. How's your feeling as you being exposed? You started this light little project, you've gone back to London, you're like, I'm starting this, and you have certain perceptions of what was happening in the gospel industry in UK. What's your go looking towards 2021? What's your feelings about the UK gospel scene? Is it something where you're going, oh boy, this is going to be a dub plate drama? Or is there hope in there for you? You know what I mean? But I don't want to put any words in you. But just keep it real, man. Just say, if we're a bunch of old footy duddies, 10-year-old grey, just chatting rubbish. But just tell us, man.
I've often felt like there's definitely a lack of unity and lack of connection within artists, and also like the OGs. Like I remember saying that when I first came into this and I started finding things out, it was like, but why was why wasn't it laid out, but who are we meant to talk to about these things that we're learning, or things that we're struggling with, outside of having a manager or something like that. There's someone that can, share their experiences, and I just couldn't find a platform like that within the Christian industry. Wow. I have found like a couple of things maybe in America, but specifically to the UK, there wasn't much. But I do believe that there's hope, because I'm finding that so many other people are experiencing the same thing, and they're wanting to do something about it, which is amazing. And I feel like in terms of just connecting with other Christian artists and stuff, I feel like social media, as much as we've been on social media for a while, but there's just something about this year on social media, COVID, everyone's more open to like connecting and just seeing the importance of community and stuff. So I'm really looking forward to developing like the connections that I've made, and just strengthen those relationships and building more of a community. I don't think that it could get any worse than this, so I'm hopeful.
Wow, it couldn't get no worse than this, and then laughs afterwards. Boy, so people got. Well, no, sis, that's something that really pains me, and I totally agree with you. I do feel that the OGs that are older than me, them guys up there past me, the guys are getting their pensions ready. I feel that they, and it's in for me, and I have to talk from a Caribbean community perspective, we're very poor on handing down. It's a bad habit of ourselves, because for years we could never, for 400 years we was never in that position to be able to do that, you know what I mean, due to slavery. So the habit of passing down, hand me down, we had nothing to hand down, so we just keep everything to our chest. And I feel that it's important for myself, my generation, to force and open up and say, listen guys, don't die full, die empty. You know what I'm saying? Empty your treasures. Don't put all your treasures into the, take you into the grave. And I feel that, feeling away artists, if you want to hit me up, I'm really bad on communicating because I get too many emails and stuff. But do hit me up. I do find that people can get through to me. But I do feel, don't be afraid to approach certain people, because there are people out there now that are very, very open and kind of willing to communicate. But that's a valid point. There's no systems being put in place. Everyone looked after themselves. I'll be honest with you, sis. They saw a piece of meat in the ground, they go and yam it, and didn't realize that, hold on a second, everybody needs to eat. You know what I mean? And that's something that's really important. Now, I'm looking at you as an artist and whatever, coming through now, and this is a young person listening. I'm just assuming that you're free, you got no label over you, you're free doing your music, you're a fully independent artist. I don't know if you got a manager, but you got no manager, you're independent totally, you're independent. Yeah, I'm not going to go into that track, independent woman, I'm not going to go there. Why do you see having a manager or signing to a label any sort of option in the future? And if it is, what's the expectation?
Okay. I think having a team, growing a team is really, really important.
Cool.
So I have individuals that I call upon when I'm stuck with things or just need a soundboard or whatever. I have people that I might call upon to do admin stuff when things are getting a bit like for a release. In that sense, I'm not doing everything on my own in that sense. Good. But I feel like in terms of a label situation, that is something I would be interested in, but not for right now. I feel like I want to get my own team and everything tight, vision tight, everything before being, approaching labels and stuff. I just feel like I have a very clear vision of what I want to achieve, and any label, manager, whatever that's going to come alongside has to
facilitate it. Basically facilitate your journey rather than come to say, right, Ruth, right, change your hairstyle, do this, do that, and I can make you a star. You don't want that kind of vibe. You want to basically just be somebody to help facilitate your journey.
Basically. And I feel like if you have a strong team, that could last for forever.
Yeah.
So like it then like nullifies. But in terms of like funding and stuff, I mean, yeah, a label in a few years' time most definitely.
Cool. Hear that, all you labels out there? Yo, hook up Ruth, like couple years time, you know what I'm saying? But, and then you gotta sort me out as well, because I just told it the whole world. But anyway, so no, that's great, because I think sometimes, you know, for me being an industry person now, I find that artists, they think independence is great, yeah, but I think like you said, there's like a toss up between utilizing someone's experience to get a little bit further and not having to go the hurdles that you have to go, but at the same time I want artists to be passionate about their thing and actually have systems in place themselves to drive themselves. And I think there's a fine balance, you know what I mean? Somebody wants to direct you, but at the same time, but don't want to be pushing you, you know what I'm saying? So you want an artist that has that drive, but also you can just direct that drive instead of you pulling and directing. It's very hard, you know what I mean, sometimes to get the balance.
I think I totally agree with that. I think I've had two managers before in the space of 6 years, 7 years I've been doing music properly. Okay. And I feel like with one of those situations, I had the drive, but then I don't know where it kind of turned, but I then lost my drive, and then a lot of responsibility on them. And then obviously that relationship then broke down because I was meant to be still maintaining. Yeah. So that, as you said, there has to be balance. Like you have to, still have your vision. And if someone comes along, you still maintain that headship because they're not there to carry it for you. So, yeah. Yeah,
no. That's absolutely brilliant. Now, quick question. I've never seen you do a gig outside of, in Birmingham. Yeah? Have you been to Birmingham and done gigs?
Do you know, I have been to Birmingham. I haven't done a gig there. I have family in Birmingham, so I've been a few times. Have I been to any? I've been to like church events.
Yeah.
In Birmingham.
Okay,
but
cool.
Yeah, no, I've never performed there.
Okay, cool. Which church, by the way?
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I couldn't tell you.
Okay. That's cool. I get it, man.
I'll ask my auntie though.
Yeah. Yes, I know. It's like you just turn up to church. You go, yep. Yes, people here. We sing the same songs. Yep. No, that's calm. No, 100%. That you're somebody like I said, that would do really well in the Midlands, I believe, and you got great music and I'll be now. You mentioned before about 2021 and you're saying like, okay, right, I've got ideas, I got music ready, I got this side of ideas. So are we expecting a double LP album with 15 tracks on each side, or what we expected? You know, you're right and everything in it.
That's so funny. So I announced, I think when I released Over the Wall, so not last year, but 2019, I announced my next project. Still not ready yet, but I feel like we're going to get it this year. Cool. So my next single, I'm scheduling to release it in February, and that will be the first song off of, actually the second song off of the new LP, which is called Transit. It is an 8-track LP.
Cool.
And I'm just so excited about it because the body of work itself is an experience for the listener, because we're literally going to be transitioning on a journey sonically, as well as, you know, the lyrical content and all that kind of stuff. And I'm just really excited to share the growth because I haven't released a body of work for a few years. Cool. But yeah, expect a few singles, and then I'll drop the project. No,
that's amazing. Cool. Now, one thing you said earlier about what shook you was, I don't know if that's the right phrase, when you released that music and not having the response via Spotify that you wanted. Now this is kind of weird now, because sometimes you see everyone going, "Whoa, wicked you," and when you see, hold on, so if it's so good, why have I only got so many views? You know what I'm saying? So many plays. You know, that emotion says, right, you're coming into this new product now, yeah? Are you ready for that?
Yes, because I've done a little bit more research. I feel like when I so the first two projects, when I released them, I don't think Spotify and thing it wasn't a thing at that time. I think I did Bandcamp and SoundCloud, and it was a later date that I put it on to the.
Okay, cool.
So Over the Wall was my real first like official release on those sort of platforms. And what I found was that how to take people from Instagram over to your actual
Spotify,
streams, and then how to get onto playlists and that kind of stuff. So over this past year, I have been building up a database, just been trying to find out specifically who is going to be playing my music, adding to it. It's a working document, so I'm always adding to it and just trying to expose myself a little bit more.
Cool.
Like the marketing campaigns and stuff, I feel like those are really important. I don't think I really got to execute that with Over the Wall. And even with Reveal My Heart, like there was a lot of things that I did do with that I didn't do with Over the Wall that really, really worked. But then there's been like gaps, massive gaps. So then the next time it's going to be, okay, lessen those gaps. So everything's been a trial and error, and I have seen improvements.
Cool.
I am confident, and that's another reason why I've held on to this LP for so long, because it's so amazing. I don't want the same results as before.
Okay, so cool.
Those have actually been trial and errors, me testing the waters and seeing what works and what doesn't work. So yeah, I'm quite confident moving forward that the rapport is going to kind of like be there, and we're going to see some different results. But I have to kind of park that sometimes, because it's a lot of brain work. Because when I first did find out about like the stats and stuff, it was so heart crushing, and I just didn't understand how the support that I may be getting from like Instagram or my friends or whatever wasn't translating. But it's a whole different ball game that you have to kind of learn, and I'm still learning. So
no, that's amazing. And why us are kind of bringing at this point, because everyone thinks it's an instant success, you know what I mean? It instantly translates. And even when you get 1 million plays on Spotify, everyone thinks that you'll be able to buy a new house, and it just really isn't like that, you know. I noticed it, you know what I mean? I know you giggle there because everyone don't realize we've gone from buying CDs in the late 90s going to early 2000s into 2000 buying CDs, and then we could transition into buying on iTunes, which still was a financial winner, now to streaming, which is actually not a financial winner. It's like I can play it. So instead of me buying a track, I just play it twice, and you get 0.001 cent. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Where before I would actually buy it on iTunes and listen to, where you could at least take back, say 60 cents or what, 60 pence to something like that. Yo, that's cool. Even if it's 40, it's something, but it's way less. And I think that streaming is not as good as it sounds, man. But it's good. What I'll do is, I encourage you that, you know, just keep on releasing, stay focused. It sounds crazy, but build, like I said, you got a team, put out the music. Your music's fantastic, sis. Absolutely fantastic. You're a great artist. You can sing good, you know what I'm saying? And just be persistent, because when it comes through and that one track, you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean, then it'll be, you know what I mean, don't hold back too much, you know what I'm saying? But I can understand 2020 is 2020, you know? And see how it goes. Now, I'm going to try and close off, because I'm just enjoying the conversation. I'm getting too comfortable in this conversation. I was like, yo, Roger, like, these Ed shows are so unofficial. These are so like you break every rule. Like, sis, I don't play no tracks in between. I was chat to you, like, say it's just on the phone anyway. So I am unofficially untrained being. Yeah, this is how we do it, you know. You know, so sorry, I ain't playing 15 tracks on Ruth in between, you know what I'm saying? We're just gonna have a chat and you're just gonna enjoy the vibe. Now 2021, you're a promoter and an artist, yeah? So you're releasing music. What's your promoter's head saying? You just parked it.
No, I parked it for 2021, but with ideas of seeing how I can restructure what I was doing or grow. But definitely want to be connecting again with Ruth-Ellen and friends and all the people that was a part of that. And co-writing is a space that I found in 2020 that I absolutely love, and it's a great safe space for networking also, and actually having a product at the end of it. So I feel like I want to move more into just trying other things other than just showcasing a showcase, because obviously events are going to be different, completely different. But in terms of, I've never really deemed myself as a promoter, even though obviously I promote Ruth-Ellen and friends, but I feel like it will just be a little bit more personable, a little bit more in line with building the community and like actually connecting with people, sharing what I've learned, writing and stuff, and building that way.
Okay, so what I would say, you have to take me up now, because I would definitely love to, when this whole, I would say God's Sparing Lives 2022, when I start doing gigs again, God's willing, when we're all vaccinated, when we when we're all ready and we can take on this virus. But either way, what I'm looking at doing is 2022, start to doing gigs. Engage with us in the Midlands, sis. Just holler me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We would love to do that project over in the Midlands, because I do feel that, like I said, we need to use this period of time to build relationships UK wide. You know what I'm saying? So it's great you got a scene in London, but your sound is unique, and I think it will be really fitting in Birmingham, Manchester, and different areas out there. So feel no way to communicate. And this is what we're trying to do with Affinity Xtra, because I have to say, man, like, we can't hear none of the stuff that he's doing. The only reason why I know is because I just know, you know what I mean? And we want to take away the fact that basically that we have to be in London to hear your sound, you know what I mean? And that's what I'm passionate about. And I'm passionate about artists like yourselves getting the platform, and we'll be playing out your music harder here, sis. And
thank you so much.
And we'll put it out there. But listen, all I can do is just encourage you for 2021. You know what I'm saying? Go absolutely hard and get the bass guitar out, because it's not too far for guitar. So when I see you playing bass guitar on stage and whatever, they're still doing your solo. You know, the artist like has the guitar there and do it. So I'm looking for that anyway, still, sis. But just encouraging your art. Let us know in Affinity. We'll launch out your single when it comes out there. I'll speak to the other presenters and we get there. So just communicate with us and we'll be down with supporting you, man. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Roger. It's been such a pleasure to meet you and to talk with you. Yeah, cool. Love it. Thank you.
I'm not just a meanie that I was in the meeting. Yeah, I'm not just like sorry guys, I'm kind of like straight talking out there. So in the meetings and the people like, I can't shut up, I gotta say something. But anyway, so yeah, but no, sis, it's fantastic, and all I can do, sis, is really encourage you in your art form, and just keep at it. You know what I'm saying? I know it's discouraging sometimes, because it's just stats don't happen that way, but there's so many examples of discouragement in the Bible of people thinking it just takes time, you know. Just to end on one of the biggest stories that always hit me, like I was 20 years old when I started this, you know what I mean, not even 20, man, 18, 19, you know, 19 years old. I'm a 40 something now. So when every time it's just the Afro thing anyway, but I would say that every time I get discouraged in it and I'm going, God, like, yo, it's been decades, literally decades, and I'm not seeing it come through. But like, God, like, people think it's come true, but it hasn't. And he just reminds me of Joseph, and I'm like, oh, that's not fair, man. That's you know, he had to spend decades locked down for a great time. Being literally prime minister of Egypt, and had to go through some serious processes to get there. I'm not saying my journey's like that, but I'm just saying that, you know what, sometimes it does take time, and stick at the journey. You know what I mean? A lot of people, I say sometimes when they see me and they go, okay, Roger, I want to do what you do. I says, well, if I told you it would take 20 years to get there, do you want to do it? Oh, nah, forget that, bruv. Like, you know, I'm not on that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just encourages his just go hard, man, and we got your back, man. You know what I'm saying, you know? But just tell people where to find you, and get in on that note, and how to find you, and what's your Google phrase and all that stuff. Just tell us and for people to hit you up on, man.
Cool. So all my social media handles are at It's Ruth-Ellen. So I'm on Instagram. I'm most active on Instagram, but you can also find me on Twitter, YouTube. I've just all the platforms at It's Ruth-Ellen, and obviously Spotify, iTunes. That's where all my music's at.
Cool. All right, then, sis. It's enough love, and thanks again for having the conversation with us this afternoon, man. Yeah, and God bless you, man.
Bless you.
Bless 2020, 2021, 2020.
Listen, we're so traumatized by that year.
Trust me, I'm like,
get out of our minds.
I'm like, it's like a repeat thing. And you remember the messages at the beginning of the year? We got a beautiful new sign, a new century vision, 2020 vision. Yeah. We got 2020 vision, all right. You know what I'm saying? People get catched, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, not gonna get myself in trouble here. Allegedly. But this is a conversation with Ruth-Ellen. Enough love, sis, and thanks again for talking to us, man. Yeah, God bless you, sister, man. Yeah, bless you, man. Yeah, God bless, man. Bye. Yeah, guys, we just had a bit of Ruth-Ellen, and enough love for my sis for the great convo we just had. And I must say, I've been. It's a great convo, just listening to artists and their journeys and what we have to do as a establishment to support them. It's real important that we need to do our thing, guys. Really, if all the OGs, oh man, am I an OG now? You know what I'm saying? But we got to do our part so the youngest can come through and all that, do that thing. But I'm gonna play a track by an artist called Ryan Hilton called Wonder, man. Hopefully you like the vibe of it. Check this out. Still here, but this is Roger on the Edge. Here we go.